everyone, myself Megha Pathak from DPS Alwani Lamachor, your bio teacher. So children, today we are going to discuss a very important topic, biological magnification. So what is biological magnification? It is the process in which harmful toxic substances, they enter in the food chain and they get concentrated in the body of living organisms at each successive level. So this is biological magnification. For example, children, you must be knowing that we use pesticides and weedicides to protect our crop. Okay, so these chemical substances, they manage to escape in soil or in water body like river, pond or lakes. So from here, these substances, they enter in food producers like green plants or aquatic plants. Okay, so ये जो chemical substances होते हैं, they are non biodegradable and they do not get destroyed. So from water bodies or from soil, they enter in producers. So because plants, they absorb water and minerals, so along with water and minerals, they enter in producers, and from producers they enter in herbivores. Okay, अब herbivores से क्या होता है, they get passed on into carnivores. For example, grasses they are they are producers. So grasses से जो chemical substances है, they enter in cow or goat and we consume their milk और मीट. तो देखिए, जब हम ये मिल्क और गोट का मीट कंज्यूम करते हैं, सो दीज केमिकल सब्सटेंसेस दे एंटर इन आवर बॉडी. ओके, बिकॉज वी आर टॉप मोस्ट कंज्यूमर हियर. तो ये हमें जो है, ये केमिकल सब्सटेंसेस हमारी बॉडी में भी पहुंच जाते हैं. एंड यू मस्ट बी सरप्राइज टू नो दैट दीज केमिकल सब्सटेंसेस, एज दे मूव अप इन अ फूड चेन, दे गेट मोर एंड मोर कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड इन द बॉडी ऑफ लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स. जैसे ये केमिकल सब्सटेंसेस फूड चेन में एक ट्रॉफिक लेवल से दूसरे लेवल में पहुंचते हैं, ये बहुत ज्यादा और भी ज्यादा कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड हो जाते हैं लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स की बॉडी में, बिकॉज दे डू नॉट गेट डिस्ट्रॉयड. ये these substances, they are non biodegradable substances. Children, now let's see this biological magnification in aquatic food chain. See, DDT, which was used as a pesticide but now it is banned, so it is in water bodies. So from water it enters in planktons और plankton से ये fishes में पहुंचता है, because fish, they consume these planktons, and now fish eating birds, they eat fish and this DDT, it enters in their body. तो देखिए कैसे ये chemical substance like DDT, which is a pesticide, तो ये water bodies से topmost consumers में पहुंचा. And I told you earlier that these chemical substances, they get more and more concentrated when they move up in a food chain. So this was the example of biological magnification in aquatic food chain.
Now children, we will study the next topic, effects of human activities on the environment. See, human beings form an important and integral part of the environment, and our activities change the environment around us and the environment affect us. देखिए, human activities की वजह से जो हमारे आसपास का environment है वो affect होता है और उसका impact हम पर भी पड़ता है. So here we will discuss two major environmental problems. And what are these? First problem is depletion of ozone layer, and second problem, disposal of solid waste. So first we will discuss about depletion of ozone layer. So children, first of all I would like to tell you about ozone layer. See, the ozone layer is a deep layer in the stratosphere encircling the earth, and that has large amounts of ozone. And you know children, ozone is a molecule formed by 3 atoms of oxygen. ओजोन जो है ये एक ट्राई एटॉमिक गैस है which is formed of 3 atoms of oxygen, O3, and ozone layer is present at a height of 15 km to 16 km in the atmosphere, in stratosphere. And you know, ozone layer absorbs the ultraviolet radiations of the sun and prevents them from reaching the earth. And you know children, this ultraviolet radiation is very harmful because it causes skin cancer in humans and it damages the eyes by causing cataract. And you know, ultraviolet rays, they also damages our immune system by lowering body's resistance to diseases. Children, now you must be thinking that how ozone is formed from oxygen. See, ozone is formed in the upper atmosphere, means in stratosphere, which is one of the layers of atmosphere. So ozone is formed in the upper atmosphere by the action of ultraviolet radiations from the sun, and high energy ultraviolet radiations, they split the oxygen molecules into free oxygen atoms. As you can see in the image which is presenting on the screen, see this oxygen molecule, due to the action of ultraviolet radiations, it gets split in oxygen atoms, and these free oxygen atoms combine with oxygen molecules to form ozone molecules. And children, it has been found that the amount of ozone in the atmosphere is getting depleted, and due to this, ozone layer is getting thinner day by day. And what are the effects of ozone layer depletion? See, thinning of ozone layer has already started showing adverse effects on life on the earth and on man. It decreases the rate of photosynthesis up to 20%. And in human beings, increased UV radiations will increases incidences of skin cancer, and it also affects the immune system, causing increases in diseases. It affects the eyesight, and it also causes cataract. And it also affect aquatic life. Children, now you must be thinking that how this ozone layer is getting depleted. See, due to environmental pollution, ozone layer has begun to deplete in the 1980s. And this was mainly due to the increasing use of synthetic chemicals like chlorofluorocarbons or CFCs. And CFCs which are used as refrigerants and in fire extinguisher. And children, CFCs are very stable. They are found to persist in the atmosphere. And being stable, they do not get degrade easily and rise up in the atmosphere. And in the atmosphere, UV radiations break down CFCs molecules and release chlorine atom. And these chlorine atom, on reacting with ozone, they dissociate ozone molecules into oxygen, which results in the depletion of ozone layer. But children, efforts are being carried out at international level to protect ozone layer and maintain it at least at the level it has reached if we cannot restore it. So, Montreal Protocol was prepared by United Nations Environment Programme or UNEP in 1987. Means in 1987, the United Nations Environment Programme UNEP succeeded in forging an agreement to freeze CFC's production at 1986 levels. Now children, let's discuss about the second environmental problem, which is disposal of solid waste, or how can we manage the garbage that we produce. Children, in our daily life, we use so many things and some of them become worthless and we throw them carelessly. They are called waste, and waste may be solid like garbage, kitchen waste, etc., or liquid waste like wastewater, and the household waste or trash or rubbish is called garbage. And disposal of waste needs a scientific way of disposal. So here are some important methods of waste disposal. So what are these? Children, first method is landfilling. So in this method, waste is dumped at a low-lying area and is compacted by rolling with bulldozers, and the waste is then converted by a layer of soil. And second method, it is recycling. So recycling is the processing of waste materials to form new products. देखिए recycling में क्या होता है, जो waste material हैं उनसे नई चीज़ें बना दी जाती हैं. So materials like tin, cans, metallic articles, rags, paper, glass, polythene, etc. they all are recyclable. Means इनसे recycle करके नई चीज़ें बना दी जाती हैं और उन चीज़ों को हम use कर सकते हैं. Now next method is composting. See, household waste like peeling of fruits and vegetables, leftover food, fallen dead leaves of kitchen garden plants and potted plants is converted into compost and is used as manure. Now children, a very important method of waste disposal, it is incineration. So in this process, combustible waste are burnt at high temperature, more than 1000 degrees Celsius, and the ash obtained after incineration constitutes less than 10% of the total mass of waste. Generally, hospital waste, household waste and chemical waste are burnt बाय दिस मेथड। देखिए इंसिनरेशन में क्या होता है, जो कंबस्टिबल वेस्ट होता है उसको जलाया जाता है बहुत ज़्यादा टेम्परेचर पे, मीन्स 1000 डिग्री से भी ज़्यादा टेम्परेचर पे उसको बर्न किया जाता है, जिससे हमें ऐश मिलती है, ड्राई ऐश, जिसका कि वॉल्यूम जो गार्बेज है उससे बहुत ज़्यादा कम होता है। नाउ नेक्स्ट मेथड इज सीवेज ट्रीटमेंट। Sewage is carried over to sewage treatment plants or STPs, and here the sewage is filtered. Organic material in the sewage is allowed to settle down and decompose in large tanks, and the water from these tanks is cleaned and is released into water bodies. देखिए जो सीवेज ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट्स होते हैं इनमें वाटर को ट्रीट किया जाता है, जो पोल्यूटेड वाटर होता है उसका ट्रीटमेंट होता है, उसमें से जितनी भी इम्प्योरिटीज़ हैं, ऑर्गेनिक वेस्ट और केमिकल्स, इन सबको अलग किया जाता है और जो ऑर्गेनिक वेस्ट है उससे कंपोस्ट बना दी जाती है। एंड यू नो चिल्ड्रन, देयर इज वन मोर मेथड ऑफ वेस्ट डिस्पोजल, इट इज बायोगैस प्रोडक्शन। यू नो इन सम प्लेसेस सीवेज इज डीकम्पोज्ड anaerobically to yield biogas and manure। देखिए कुछ जगह में सीवेज का एनएरोबिक ट्रीटमेंट किया जाता है, जिससे हमें बायोगैस भी मिलती है और साथ ही साथ हमें कंपोस्ट भी मिलती है, एंड बायोगैस विच इज़ यूज्ड फॉर हीटिंग और जनरेशन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक पावर। सो दीज आर द मेथड्स ऑफ waste disposal, and if we use these methods of waste disposal, so all the environmental problems will be solved।